Hi, it's Kevin Bates here, and today let's imagine a hypothetical situation where it turns out that Satoshi Nakamoto's identity is revealed and he has died and left all his Bitcoin private keys to his son or daughter, and they live in a country where they now have to pay inheritance tax on these coins. So as a result, they have to liquidate 30% of the holdings and sell them in order to pay their tax bill. I said this is hypothetical, maybe you can work out where I got this idea from. And of course that would cause the Bitcoin market to crash if it was suddenly flooded with $3 or $4 or $5 billion worth of coins. There's just not enough buyers to absorb that and still keep the price at the same level. And then think about the fact that Bitcoin mining is controlled by a small number of mining pools. Now, the idea behind Bitcoin is that the mining pools are not going to censor transactions because they stand to make a lot of Bitcoin profits off processing them. However, for the Bitcoin miners, it would not make financial sense to process those transactions because they know that any early coins moving and being sold on exchanges is going to crash the Bitcoin market, and suddenly all their investment in all this mining hardware and all this electricity is going to go down the drain. So it would be in their interest to refuse to accept those transactions, and there suddenly you're in a situation where the financial incentives to continue mining and accept any kind of transaction go out the window. It's no longer in the interest of the miners to process those, and this kind of thing could happen if the original hypothetical situation happened, because the number of mining pools is very small. There's I think only a dozen or so of them, so they could actually collude to agree not to accept those transactions. There is of course a possibility that a small mining pool would accept them on principle and luck out and actually get a block in eventually with those transactions, but I could see some kind of mining collusion to prevent it from happening, which I think is an interesting thought about the true decentralization of Bitcoin, whether it's actually real or not. Anyway, what's your take on this hypothetical situation? I think this is one that might be interesting to have a discussion on. See you in the next video soon. Bye for now.